Peace, peace. What's going on? What's going on? It's the Hoodmystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Here with another daily energy reading for August 2nd, 2018. What's going on? If you're catching this video not live, make sure to fast forward to the 2-minute mark. That's when we'll begin this build. But good morning to all the souls. Good morning to Peace, Nina. How are you? We get to talk later. How's everything going? Deep breaths. We gonna deal with the sounds of Salam Remy today. Peace, Hachi B. What's going on? Good vibes, positive vibes, you know. Another day, another message. I'm excited. Trying to get everybody in tune. Hey, everything is wonderful. Everything is, I can't complain. About to get to it another day and see what's happening with this astrology and whatnot. Alright. So peace. We at the 2-minute mark. It's the Hoodmystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Just want to invite everybody to donate and support this channel. You could do that by going to patreon.com/TheHoodMystic. You know, for $1 a month, you get free monthly readings. That's very in tune. People seem to really like them. Those is going down right now. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, make sure you visit patreon.com/Hoodmystic and make sure you put your moon sign and a number between 1 and 9 for intuitive reading. And also what's going down, if you want to donate, you just want to donate, you don't want to be a part of the Patreon and all that, you could do that by paypal.me/TheHoodMystic, Cash App, Hoodmystic38, and also the email is hoodmystic@gmail.com. And the website, like I said earlier, is www.hoodmystic.com. Just want to invite everybody there to kind of get into the build. What's going on with this solar eclipse and all the energy leading up to it. And so what we do with this daily energy reading is just kind of give you a breakdown of what's going on astrologically today and some things to look forward. So peace to Hachi B, man. Gratitude to you as well. That's mutual. And so I guess we can get right into it. And so what we have here, well, before we get into the astrology, let me just say, if you didn't check out the solar eclipse video, make sure you do check out the solar eclipse video, because in that movie, in that video, it's a movie called Conviction. And what's happening in this day and time is what's happening in that movie. So it's really important to go watch that with Hilary Swank, I believe, Conviction. And so what's going on in kind of like an overview, she has a test to really accomplish in her life, and her husband does not understand. And so the movie is titled Conviction, not Marriage. So we have to be very mindful when we get into the spirituality and we have relationships that's not conducive to our spirituality, and then we're trying to balance the two. There is no balance. You have to follow your conviction. You have to follow your heart. You have to follow your spirit. And so with that being said, I just want to deal with this astrology. Today is Thursday. So we take a focus on Jupiter and its aspects and see what's really happening with my main man's Jupiter. So you got to really get into Jupiter Explained if you fully want to understand the energy of Jupiter. The link to that video is in the description. Now, I don't say watch Jupiter Explained so it could get more views. I really want you to understand what Jupiter is. I really want you to understand your hippocampus. So let's Google any definition of Jupiter in our charts and see what it represents. Wealth, success, teaching, leadership, all of these things, right? But what's the root? What does it actually mean outside of a keyword? It's ultimately creating new memories. And when we're in our loops, when we're in our job loops, when we're in our relationship loops, when we're in our sex loops, when we are in our food loops, we can't create new memories within those loops. We're just simply getting the same feedback mechanism over and over and over and over again. What this is normal life for people. What this is not is Jupiter. So understanding Jupiter today, that's why they say, you know, today is Jupiter, the day of abundance, you'll get money. What does that represent? It represents new vibrations, new energy, new money, so I can go experience something new, so I can get out of this loop. 9 times out of 10, I'm in this loop because it's a loop of survival. If I go outside of this loop, I might die. I might lose my house. I might lose my relationship. I might lose my sexual partner. So very mindful when you think about Jupiter, and then we discuss its aspects. So we just really want to first look at this red line pointing down from Jupiter down to the sun, which is a square, which is something that we have to face. And so the sun going into the 10th decan is why I brought up conviction, because what's coming up today is the sun is moving into its 10th degree, which means our conviction is rising to the surface. What does this mean? That it is squaring now. It moves into more of a square to Jupiter. So more of my conviction will begin to challenge my relationship. And if I'm not mindful of this energy, you have to understand how depression and sadness and hurt occurs. When there's things that we should do, but we don't do them because we're afraid of losing something. Hope you follow in this stream of consciousness, okay? Jupiter is sextile Pluto. Jupiter is in Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto. So this is a thing. This is forming. This is a new. They're moving into sextile, a long, healthy sextile for over the next couple of months, where we begin to work towards transformation. Jupiter is a king. Jupiter is new information. So we want to embody Jupiter in full capacity, full totality. Why? Because we want to understand ourselves as a new life, a new being. Fuck a new experience. Fuck some money every once in a while. Some sex every once in a while. A good job every once in a while. Why can't we be Jupiter, new being, new experience? Every time I see somebody, we can express a new emotion, a new interaction, as opposed to the same loop and getting outside of this loop. Pay attention to the movies that have been coming out over the past 2 years. Movies like Naked, movies like What Happened to Monday. Just that overall groundhog theme. There's another scary movie that came out, and I can't remember the name, where the young lady was, Death Day, where she died and kept dying over and over again. Peace, Marvin the Magi. So understanding, getting, this is either what they're trying to put people onto, or this is something that you have to realize and get the fuck out of. Every day should be a new experience. Every day should be living in the moment, because these ideals that we're going for, they don't represent new information. They don't represent Jupiter. They represent subconscious mind control of the masses. And so to get out of that, we have to begin to work. So that sextile to Pluto is a beginning of of a maturation of who we are and who we are becoming. We are new events. You are that new success. You are that new career. You can represent that to other people is what I'm trying to say. That new love, that new sexual partner that you crave so much, you could be that for somebody. See, this is what Jupiter represents. We become the thing that we want, and we give the thing that we want. It's a different vibration. It's more of a kingship, more of divine energy. And this is a thing that's coming on. And also the granddaddy of all Mac Daddy positions in our lifetime. Such a beautiful energy that I always would talk about. Jupiter trine Neptune. It all started with the Grand Water Trine, and as other planets have moved and cascaded away, these two planets still have remained strong, providing that spiritual energy over everything you do. And the only problem you're not understanding your spiritual energy is because you're not walking in it. If you were walking in it, then you would know that things are different. You have grace, you have mercy, things will work in your favor. All you have to do is talk it, walk it, believe it. But see, if you're dealing with this loop, you don't even know that things is changing. You don't even know that we living in a magical reality. You don't even know that you woke up and what that represents. So that's why it's important to reset and get out of that loop. Stop thinking you know who you are. Let who you are reveal itself to you today. This is Jupiter. Okay? And so we also want to deal with the sun. You know, the sun is awakening into his new deacon, his new realization. The second deacon is ruled by Jupiter. Imagine that. That's powerful. I didn't even think about that. And so, moving along, we have the moon now. Talking about this reset energy. So, since between today and now, and all throughout the day, the moon will be in Aries, initiating new emotional cycles for yourself. Aries is the dominant position in astrology where we initiate different things. So when we talk about law of attraction, when we talk about magnetizing things into our lives, we want to really magnetize today and set the tone and initiate the vibration for which we bring throughout the rest of the astrological signs throughout the procession. This is where we initiate it. That's why this astrology and studying it daily is so powerful. So it's not just some esoteric mumbo jumbo that niggas talk on the internet. You can really realize it and visualize it and then utilize it in your daily life if you want to pay attention to it. It's available. PlanetWatcher.com is free. I'm just copying it or pasting it. But understanding it and then utilizing it and then applying it is a whole nother ball game. That's when you take it to a whole nother level. So trust me, today, set the tone, initiate the vibration for which you want to carry out throughout this next moon cycle. As we go into this solar eclipse. What is the solar eclipse all about? You've been following my channel. If you have been following my channel, the solar eclipse is about setting intentions. And so new moons is about setting intentions. Solar eclipse is new moons times 10. My wife has seen everything, and we have done together, set intentions on solar eclipses, and now look at us. This isn't a game. This is not something that we play with in our household. And so this is something that works. Nobody's talking about it, so I'm just bringing it forth in the daily, in real time, not like a Google article that you read and then like it escapes you. And so finally, astrologically, we're going to talk about Mars and Uranus. So Mars square Uranus, Mars sextile Chiron, real quick. Because we remember yesterday we was talking about Mars doing the Billie Jean. Moonwalking up out this bitch. That's amazing. You got so much talent, but are you putting the effort and action towards it? Jupiter and Saturn are closely related. Funny you say that. Funny you say that. Because Jupiter is going to conjunct Saturn November 2020, and I was just looking that up. And that's going to be a major shift in the world. So if you like to project your life years in the future, look forward to November 2020 when Jupiter conjuncts Saturn. Thank you, Hachi B, for that. But ultimately, this Mars square Uranus and Mars sextile Chiron, we solve our problems when we are outside of logic. That's where the healing is. So Mars square Uranus, simple and sweet, is outside of logic, outside of your regular everyday mind. The shit that you've been doing, your problems will be solved outside of it. Period. So if you having trouble, you going through shit, is more or less that you're dealing with it the same way you've been dealing with it. So stop for a second, do something different. Just do something different and you'll see results outside of logic. Mars sextile Chiron, this is where the true healing is. Using your intuition, thinking on the fly, freestyling, coming off the top of the dome. Just really wanted to touch on that astrology. And so we really going to do this tarot freestyle off the dome, because I had my book that I was going to kind of study and kind of prepare, but I did not do that. So we're just going to look at this fresh. But what I do see for real at the end of it all is the Fool. So let's go through this process and realize this is the shit that we need to either let go or come to terms with. Okay. This is powerful because I see it from an intuitive point of view at this moment. Because we got the Seven of Swords first and foremost, and that's either you lying to yourself or somebody lying to you. So today, less words, more action. Because if you're going to talk about it, why not be about it? Fair? Prince of Wands. Understanding your instincts and letting your instincts guide you. My man's is in full control of everything that's going on. Because he's fully aligned with his passion. He's fully aligned with his instincts. What's your problem? You're not fully aligned with your passion and instincts. You're doing something outside of your passion and instincts, and then you're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. What's the problem? Knight of Swords. Maybe you too into the problem and you haven't raised up the vibration or observed and looked or detached like we talked about yesterday. The Knight of Swords is completely attached. She is flying over the bullshit. We talked about this before. And so just general lust. Why do you want what you want so bad that it's disturbing you or causing you negative emotions? Why can't you let it go? Something to be mindful about today. And then responses from your actions is a negative vibration first and foremost, because you should just be doing shit to either figure out what's going to happen or like I'm going to do this experiment. If I'm going to do an experiment, then I have no emotion to what's going to happen because I don't know. That's the point of the experiment. This is what today is. Today is an experiment. You can't be really attached to the things that you have no control over. And so that brings us to the Fool. And really starting over and really resetting. And really, when we dealing with spirituality, I'm saying, when we really want to find ourselves, like a lot of niggas like to say, that's the most. So what's going on with you? I'm just trying to find myself. Okay. Cool. But what about all of this shit that you've been holding on to that you can't let go of, that's really bothering you, that's blocking you? Well, I don't want to let that go yet. Okay. We'll be back here at this point and we'll be talking some other stuff. And maybe there'll be another portal. There'll be another opportunity for you to reset yourself. But don't hold your breath. And so if you want to hold on to these negative vibrations, be prepared to hold on to these negative vibrations for a very long time. And be prepared not to be able to escape them. Or just let the shit go and be free and figure out what the fuck you want to do from this moment on. Because the whole shit is changing and shifting. And you gonna be left in the dust holding on to that dusty ass job that you can't even breathe in. And you ain't even making no money in, but you just caught up in a loop. Well, I hope that resonated. I just really want to, you know, do this thing before I start my day. It really helps me when I'm on the bus and just reflecting on the energy and just meeting beautiful people. I met a group of this Moore couple, man. They were so beautiful. Every time I'm on the bus and I have an experience like that, I just know, like, man, this is exactly why I'm on this bus right now, to meet these people that I just never would have ever met if I was just in my car, just driving somewhere from point A to point B. And it's really getting out of this fucking loop. That's really changing my life and saving my fucking life, to pass out my cards and people know me for who I am and who I ultimately am trying to be, you know, and just being it, you know. Just deep love and deep passion from me and my family to all the families out there in the world that's going through shit, that need solutions, that don't know where to go, and then they on the internet searching for shit and not really getting nowhere, and then you figure out you addicted to searching for shit on the internet. So then pulling that back, because what I also do is that, like, I go live and then I cut the internet off until 2, you know, just to reconnect with the earth. And like, this is where I'm at. I'm on planet Earth. Like, I'm not on the fucking internet. Like, I have to always be mindful of that, because what if this shit ends tomorrow? What would I do? Who would I be? So it's more important to me being authentically me outside of this internet shit. So if you're interested in readings and things of that nature, be sure to hit me up at hoodmystic@gmail.com. For prices, www.hoodmystic.com. Check the readings and consultations tab. Just wanted to give people an insight on the energy that is very real. All you got to do is look at the astrology and tell, and everything else is more of a divination system that I rely on. That helps me. I really got nothing more to say. Just hope that you guys appreciated the live. If there's any kind of comments or anything like that, we here. He said I couldn't breathe at work today. Hey, peace, Marvin. Feel your vibration, your energy, very strong. Hit me up on the email or something. Let's build. Let's see how we can come together. Yeah, I mean, I'm not advising nobody to quit their job without a backup plan, but make sure you're thinking about everything from a holistic point of view. It's not important to just make rash decisions, but what it is important to create an action plan outside of that fucking job. Like I would quit my job if I had other opportunities to make money, but if I depended on this job for money, I wouldn't quit it just so rapidly, because, you know. But peace and love to all y'all, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna talk about love. Peace.